A legendary sword, said to be pulled from the body of a serpent, lost to the waves of time. A mighty civilization, builders of great cities, who vanished as if swallowed by the earth. And strange lines etched across the desert floor, so vast they can only be seen from the sky. What secrets lie behind these mysteries? Were they real events or stories that grew into legend? And if the truth is still out there, what would it reveal about our past and ourselves? Before we dive in, make sure to like and subscribe for more journeys into the world's forgotten histories. And here's a question for you. If only one of these mysteries could be solved, which would you choose? And why? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. In Japanese legend, the storm god Susanoo descended to earth and confronted a monstrous 8-headed serpent known as Yamata no Orochi. With cunning and steel, he slew the beast, and from its final tail, he drew a gleaming sword. This was no ordinary blade. It was said to carry the breath of the gods themselves, originally called Ame no Murakumo no Tsurugi, sword of the gathering clouds of heaven. It would later become known as Kusanagi no Tsurugi, the grass-cutting sword. Why that name? According to legend, a young prince once faced certain death when enemies set fire to the field around him. With the divine sword in hand, he cut the grass and turned the flames back on his attackers, saving his life and etching the weapon into legend. For centuries, the Kusanagi was more than a weapon. It became one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan, alongside the sacred mirror and the curved jewel. These objects were not mere treasures, but symbols of an emperor's right to rule. Whoever held them, it was believed, held the mandate of heaven. But here lies the mystery. Where is Kusanagi now? In 1185, during the great naval clash at Dan-no-ura, the sword was said to be carried into battle by the losing side of Japan's warring clans. As the tide turned, it was cast into the sea to keep it from falling into enemy hands. Did it sink beneath the waves forever? And yet, shrines today claim to house the blade. The most famous is Atsuta Shrine in Nagoya, where a sword is kept under the strictest secrecy. No outsider is allowed to see it. Not even the emperor himself handles it directly. Only the highest priests. So what is kept there? The true Kusanagi preserved across the centuries? A carefully crafted replica created after the original was lost? Or perhaps nothing at all, with the legend maintained only through faith and ritual? For some historians, the absence of proof means the sword may have been symbolic all along, a story to link myth, power, and divine right. For believers, the mystery is part of its power, unseen, unproven, yet eternal. Could the sea still guard the real blade? Could it lie buried under centuries of sand and silt, waiting for discovery? Or has it never left the shrines of Japan, hidden in plain sight under layers of secrecy? One thing is certain, whether lost, guarded, or never real at all, the Kusanagi remains one of the most enduring mysteries of Japan's past. A sword said to shape history itself, now swallowed by myth. More than 4,000 years ago, a civilization flourished along the banks of the Indus River. Its cities, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, were marvels of urban planning. Straight streets, grid systems, even plumbing and sewage networks that wouldn't be seen again for centuries. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's first great urban societies. At its height, it stretched across what is now Pakistan and northwest India, home to over 5 million people. Traders, farmers, artisans, all connected by a culture we are only beginning to piece together. But then, it vanished. By 1900 BCE, the great cities were abandoned. The bustling streets emptied. The culture dissolved into silence. And the most haunting part? No one knows exactly why. Some point to climate change. The once mighty rivers that sustained the region may have dried up or shifted course, leaving the land unable to support such vast populations. Others suggest invasion or migration, that new peoples arrived, blending with or displacing the old. Still others argue that economic collapse and trade disruptions slowly strangled the cities. But none of these explanations fully solve the puzzle. Adding to the mystery is their writing system. The Indus people left behind seals carved with symbols, hundreds of them, but no one has been able to decode them. Without translation, we can't read their records, their stories, or their final moments. What knowledge lies locked in those tiny carvings? Could they hold the answers to why one of the world's greatest early civilizations fell? Archaeologists have uncovered glimpses of daily life, grains in storage jars, children's toys, intricate jewelry. But the collapse itself remains hidden in silence. How does a civilization so advanced, so widespread, simply disappear? Was it a gradual decline, like sand slipping through fingers? Or was there a single, catastrophic event that changed history forever? Today, the Indus Valley stands as a ghost civilization. Its ruins scattered across deserts, its language unreadable, its fate uncertain. We can walk their streets, touch their bricks, see the sophistication of their lives. But the story of their end remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. In the arid deserts of southern Peru, the earth itself has been carved into symbols so massive they can only truly be seen from the sky. These are the Nazca lines, hundreds of geoglyphs etched into the ground between 500 BCE and 500 CE. From above, they form animals, plants, and geometric patterns. A hummingbird, a spider, a monkey, sprawling for hundreds of feet across the desert floor. But here is the enigma. The Nazca people had no way of flying. So how and why did they create designs that stretch for miles, only fully visible from the heavens? One theory suggests they were astronomical markers, aligned with stars or solstices, used to track the movements of the sky. Another believes they were ritual pathways, giant processional routes walked during ceremonies to honor the gods. Some argue they were tied to water and fertility, desperate prayers etched into the earth in hopes of rain in one of the driest regions on earth. Yet the true purpose remains out of reach. Even the construction is mysterious. The lines were created by scraping away the top layer of reddish soil, revealing the pale earth beneath. In the desert's dry, windless climate, they've remained preserved for more than 1,000 years. But why go to such lengths for symbols that could never be fully seen from the ground? Were they meant for their gods above the clouds? Were they messages to spirits to be read from the skies? Or perhaps they were intended for people far in the future to remind us of mysteries we cannot solve. As planes first flew overhead in the 20th century, pilots were stunned by the vast images stretching across the plains. Even now, with satellites and drones mapping every line, their meaning is still as elusive as ever. The desert preserved them, time forgot them, and today they stand as one of the greatest puzzles of the ancient world. Simple lines in the sand, yet carrying questions that still echo through history. A sword said to be born from a serpent, now hidden or lost in the tides of time. A civilization of cities and scholars, erased so completely that even their language remains silent. And desert carvings so vast they defy reason, written across the earth for gods or men to see. Each of these mysteries reminds us how fragile history is, how much we've uncovered, and how much still lies just beyond our grasp. So what do you think? If one of these secrets could be solved tomorrow, the samurai sword, the Indus Valley, or the Nazca lines, which would you choose? Let me know your theory in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through the world's unanswered past, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover even more of history's greatest mysteries.